My name is Tyrell Davis, and this is a Draco Mays interview.
How'd you get started? And would you call yourself a director?
Yeah, I would call myself a music video director now. I got started first editing videos when I was 12 years old. So I went to a megachurch, and it's an uncommon place to learn if you work in the rap, to go into the rap industry. However, just the way churches are function now, they got a lot of technology and stuff like that. So I learned from volunteering in there. And then just naturally just being around Homewood, Flossmoor specifically, we got a lot of artists just coming out of the south suburbs and Chicago. So naturally I had a talent for video, and I had a bunch of friends who wanted to make music. And I went to HF. We got a lot of people that blew out of there. So that's pretty much how I got started with music videos, just, in my brother's rap too. So I would shoot videos for them at home and whatnot. So that's pretty much just how I got started. Just friends and family members that saw that I did video, and they wanted me to do some video for them, and I just liked it.
What made you choose the name Cream?
Green. So I had this vision of rebranding, because originally it was just Tajay Davis Media, which is just my name, but I wanted to rebrand as something outside of just my name because I wanted to make something bigger than me. I just didn't have a name for it. So I'm not the type to force things. I just have an idea, and until things make sense and things line up, and the universe says now's the time, I do it. So I had the idea, and my homie walked in with a hoodie that said Cream. Are you good? My bad.
No, that's the wind blowing. I have to hold it down.
Nah, you good. I got you, bro. I got you. So one day my homie walked into my apartment, and he had a hoodie that said Cream on it. And then it had a nice little logo on it and whatnot. And I said, yo, what's that? And he was like, my brother made this hoodie, and he didn't like it, so he just gave it to me. So when he made Cream, the shirt and the design was influenced off of I thought it was Wu-Tang, but he said it was actually Pharrell. So then I just said, I like Cream. I would like my company to be called, something evolving around that. So I started to look into what Cream meant to the Wu-Tang and to Pharrell, and I really felt it just kind of matched the direction I wanted to go in. I'm not really too materialistic. I don't believe in all the machinery shit. Machinery, the basic ass shit that people do to get on. And what Cream was about, the acronym with the Wu-Tang stood for cash rules everything around me. But the song was actually about the dangers of materialism while appearing as to be a song celebrating materialism. So I kind of just feel like that's the direction I want to go. I like to be flashy and be cool and shit like that, but realistically, I don't take materialism too seriously, and I don't, I don't plan on getting too involved with the shit that come with. So that's really why I just ran with Cream.
How was the process of starting Cream? Would you call this a business or a brand?
A brand. I'll call it a brand. My feet hit the ground running. So basically, I was doing a show for my homie Young Zave, right? And he wanted to do quarantine that happened, right? And he was doing concerts. So he wanted to do something where he could set it up on location and still have the lighting and the audio and stuff like that. So me and my friends had an opportunity to bring it, because I was working in the concert industry. So this was in October. This was August 3rd where I saw my friend hoodie. So I immediately got the logo made, and I started making music videos. And then when I did the show for him in October, literally right after the show, I said, I'm going to start doing my own concerts, and I'm going to make it a part of the brand Cream. So it was really just me coming up with shit as I went. So that's kind of how I went about it. I said, let me get me a logo made, and I'm just going to figure out what's my market, what's my target audience, and I'm just going to keep pushing out content and trying new things until I get comfortable and I find and I understand my lane. So I'm still in that process right now, but it was mostly just getting my logo, looks, and just putting shit out there. Not waiting for the perfect shit, not waiting for the perfect artist who's big enough to make me big, just putting stuff out there, because in order to attract big, in order to get big, you got to attract big. So it was just starting my journey of pushing content. And that's how I got started with Cream. Basically, that's how I started it.
So this is all fairly new, because August, it's a while ago, but it's not really that long.
It's not, nah. Cream is about 7 months old. I say the dream is old. I loved concerts. When I was 5 years old, my father was throwing concerts. You feel me? When I was 12 years old, I had friends in the industry, so I was getting to go work with these artists and work and do big shows. So I always knew I wanted to do concerts. I've gotten to do concerts for Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, The Baby, Gucci Mane, Charlie Wilson, Frankie Beverly, from comedians Tiffany Haddish, Chris Tucker. I got to even work with crazy pastors like Joel Osteen, just crazy. I just knew I wanted to do large events. But the dream was always there. But Cream as itself is fairly new.
What would you do if you weren't doing Cream right now?
Man, I would probably still be attached to somebody else's dream, because that's really how I saw myself. But when Illinois got shut down because of the governor's call, I was actually at a venue, and I was doing a show for Coolio, who was, old school rapper and whatnot, and we were in the Rosemont Theater District, right? And so then the next thing you know, I finished setting up everything I had to set up, which was lights, and then I left to go down the street to get me a margarita. I went to get some tacos, but they had they was getting all free margaritas, so I took one. So I'm just sitting, chilling and shit. So I come back, and everybody loading up. And I'm like, I know I didn't get just tipsy and just missed the whole show. And so then they're like, nah, it's like all closed down, right? And I didn't just get a job. I worked for that job. I applied knowledge, hours, studying other people, and it was my actual career. And so then after that, I was just like, this is my time to chase my dream. It's the time I no longer need to be attached to other people's dream. That's just not for me. So that's when I was just like, I'm doing the Cream thing full circle. But that was basically just the moment. I don't even know if I went off and didn't answer the question, but what was it again, bro?
I was asking, what would you do if you...
What was I do? Exactly. So I would be attached to someone else's dream still. I would still be touring, traveling, and doing concerts and videos like I'm doing now, but I would be doing it for someone else, and I would be making far less with no potential to, expand this into an empire.
In interviews, always ask how's Corona affected you.
Yeah.
You said it affected you positively, but in what ways did it affect you negatively?
Man, it's just, I'm an entrepreneur at the end of the day, right? A lot of people do this stuff and they don't see themselves as an entrepreneur, because it still is. I'll be married in a couple weeks, right? So at the end of the day, I'm still a man, I'm still a husband, I still got responsibilities, right? So you got to chase this dream, but at the same time, you got to pay bills. You got to make stuff happen. I live on my own. I have my own condo, my own whips. I pay all my own insurance. Ain't no handouts. I don't couch hop. I got my own shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it negatively impacted me, because I still have to find that line between doing videos for money and protecting the integrity of my brand at the same time. So I think that was how it affected me negatively, just because that can just all take a toll on your mental health. You got the economy, COVID, that's crushing you, financially. And then it's hard enough to survive as an artist as it is. Then it's hard enough to be a man that provides, you know what I'm saying, when you starting your own family and stuff like that. So that's just how it negatively affected me. Because, but you just keep striving.
Did you go to college for film or for directing?
Yeah, I did. I went to Flashpoint. It's a campus of Columbia of Hollywood. Although I did go to a film school, I like to give people the warning that just because that's what I did, that's not what everybody has to do. I know people who are making more than me and doing way better than I am now, and it's not because they went to school, it's because they dedicated themselves to them crafts and they networked to meet the right people. So you just gotta know your path. So when I answer the college question, I gotta tell people that, because one thing I know when I was younger, I would look where all the creatives going, like, oh man, so and so went to Tribeca, like I gotta go there to give me a chance to make it. And that's not how it works. Your work gotta be dope as fuck, and you gotta run into the right person at the right time, and that's all it is to it. But yeah, I did go to college though.
Is anyone that you worked with in high school still around you today?
Are they still with me today? Yeah, honestly, a lot of them just naturally the climate of the south suburbs of Chicago changed. You feel what I'm saying? So if you could feel what I'm saying, due to some shit, I got the fuck. You feel what I'm saying? But I still maintain in contact with a lot of them. But it's some people you fall out with. Some people, to be honest, what I found was that I found myself closer to the people I wasn't so close with, and now not as close to the people I was close with in high school, if that makes sense. So it went from hanging with motherfuckers every day to only seeing them once in a while, and then it went from seeing motherfuckers in the hallway that you only see once in a while. Now those the people I talk to every day. So yeah, it's still the same people, the same crowd. but some people you just grow closer to.
Would you say your experience at HF helped you become the director of Cream?
Yeah. You know, I hate to say it because, it's HF, but they did. I think the way they do discipline, I think that made a huge difference in a lot of the talent that came out of there. So I definitely think it had. They were just real hard on us. Their expectations were real high. Their tolerance was real low. But it did help you learn to operate and function in the work world, because that's how the work world is.
What's your favorite video that you made, or your favorite project?
Yeah, my favorite project. To me, so I actually went to Jerusalem, and that was probably my favorite project. It wasn't for a music video. It was the film documentary for a friend who was doing something real estate related, and that was my favorite one because just going to Jerusalem and being able to see the Holy Land and see the places where Jesus walked and did miracles and all these other things happen, it shaped how I think as an artist, because I just see the world as kind of like a connected stimulation, if that makes sense. So that was my favorite because it kind of rewrapped my mind and made me look at the world a lot different. But music video wise, I say Father by Jameson, and then Try Again by SNFJT, just because those are two videos where I showed funny and colorfulness, and which is hard to show in the rap industry without, being considered soft and shit like that. But niggas know what it is and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So we put it out anyway, and I got a good response. It was something that, that wasn't on the market. I got a good response. So those are my favorite. Those are the ones I'm most proud of because it reflected my personality the most and it got accepted.
What is your biggest accomplishment so far?
Man, I would say my biggest accomplishment is getting married. just for the simple fact, when you grow up a certain way and you raise a certain way in a certain type of household, and just going on a journey to be married, you literally have to rewire your brain. And that's what the last 3 years of my life has been, unlearning behaviors and rewriting my brain. So, the career stuff is good and all that, but honestly, it's just, if you do marriage right, everybody don't do it right. You don't marry motherfuckers just because they cute and shit like that. But if you do it right and you found the right person and you go on the right journey, you'll find yourself becoming a different person, which is the hardest thing to do. Because you have to, submit to each other, which means it's some shit about yourself that you gotta fix. You feel what I'm saying? And vice versa. So that's definitely what I'm most proud of, just because mentally I was in a bad space. But to be able to do something like that and coexist with another person, that's a big accomplishment to me. And I feel like that's related to Cream still, because it's a mentality of serving and submitting that I take from my marriage into my brand as well.